Hello, dear children. Welcome to Learning Pad 3D. Hope you have subscribed our channel. Today we are going to learn from our class 10 Civics Chapter 1 Power Sharing. The story of two countries power, pride, and peace. Two neighbors, one question. Children, before we enter into our chapter, just I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Imagine two countries, both have different languages, both have different cultures, both become independent at the same time, around the same time. One chose sharing, the other chose domination. Today, we listen to their stories. Before we just jump into our chapter, let us learn what is power sharing first. Power sharing means not holding power tightly in one's fist, opening your hand so everyone has a place. In a democracy, power sharing means power should not belong to one person, power should not belong to one group, power should belong to everyone. So, first, just look at this, listen to this carefully. We are going to see the scenario now once.
Belgium, a country smaller than Haryana in size, with its capital Brussels. Now, let's explore the different language groups within Belgium. The northern region, shown in yellow, has 59% Dutch speaking people. The southern part, in purple, has 40% French speaking people. A small 1% speak German. Interestingly, in Brussels, 80% speak French, while 20% speak Dutch.
So, children, I want everybody to note down this. The Belgium here, the map of the Belgium where we are seeing it, Belgium may be small, but its ideas are big. So, the Belgium is small but powerful country in Europe. Okay, it's a very powerful country in Europe. So, children, Belgium is like a house with three voices. Okay, Belgium is a house with three voices, I can say. One, two, three. So, here, children, Belgium has three voices. The first one will be Dutch speaking people. Dutch speaking people live north. And second one, we have French speaking people. And we have thirdly, German speaking people. German speaking people. They are very small in group. They are in the east. French people here, these people live in south. These Dutch people, the Dutch speaking people live in north. And German are very little in group and they live in the east. So, my dear children, Brussels lies in the Dutch region. Majority speak French. You can see here on the screen, majority, 80% of people are speaking in French, 20% speak in Dutch. Okay, so imagine living in a place where the land speaks one language, but the people speak another. Okay, let us learn something more. Regional tensions. The tension in Belgium. Dutch speakers were economically strong, afraid of losing power, that too political power. French speakers dominated administration, feared become minorities. The big question is, children, please look at this carefully. As you can see here, who should rule? I have already told you there are French speaking people as well as Dutch speaking people. So, who should rule? Belgium stood at a crossroads now, whether it should fight or figure out a fair way. Okay, figure out a fair way. Now, Belgium brilliant answer was accommodation. Please note down this word called accommodation. Let me write it for you. Very, very, very important word. Accommodation. It came to a solution. Belgium came to a solution. And the solution is accommodation. ACCOMODODATION. Accommodation. Belgium said, no group is big enough to rule alone. Okay, the three-tier government explains as layers. There are three-story building, for example. In the first floor, they have federal government. And in the second floor, if you say, they have state governments. And in the third floor, we can say as community government. It's easy to understand if I say you people in floors. Okay. Actually, it is a three layers. They all came to an agreement. They said that one group should not rule. Equal number of Dutch people and French ministers should be there in the federal government, and no law can pass against another community that was being formed. Then, when we talk about the state government, power shared within the regions, no interference between the states will be there regarding political issues. And in the third floor, we have community government, where based on language, they can control the culture, education, and language issues. So each one is independent, but yet they are connected. Let us learn the accommodation here. Accommodation, understanding the Belgian model of power sharing and cultural diversity. Please see here. Belgium has three linguistic regions: Dutch speaking Flanders in the north, French speaking Wallonia in the south, and the bilingual capital Brussels. There is also a small German speaking community in the east. So, children, you can see a delicate balance of compromise here. Belgium teaches us democracy is not about winning, it is about adjusting, listening to others, respecting their differences. So, and here we have the result by all these things. So, we have the result that they got peace in the country, stability in the country, and unity without uniformity they got. So, here, just now, as I have explained you people, the central government is here, it has the equal representation. Children, if I wanted to, just now I have told you that there are three floors. For example, if you take three floors, so here we have the central government, the state government, and the community government here. And we have Brussels government also, where in this, the federal government or the central government we see, they have equal representation. That means equal number of Dutch people as well as equal number of French ministers were being there, and they are composed. They handle the matter of national defense, foreign affairs, and even the currency also in the central government. When just we'll go back to the state government here. When the state government is there, it is like the powers are shared within the regions, and there will be no interference between the states. Then we go down, we see here community government. Community government, when we see this community government is purely based on the language. It controls the culture, education, and any kind of language issues. Here we have any kind of language related issues. And here we have a separate government for bilingual capital city with equal representation of Dutch and French speaking communities. Hope I'm very clear about this, children. Now, when we see about the balance of the country, a delicate balance of compromise is being here, where Belgium teaches us democracy is not at all about winning. It's not at all about winning, it's just about adjusting with each other. See here, there is a mutual compromise, the territorial and cultural autonomy, power dispersal, consensus building. Okay, so what will be the effect? It's the effect of the result will be definitely the peace and stability and unity among the citizens. Now, I'll just have a quick quiz, children. During which period did Belgian leaders amend their constitution? Here, you can see there is a timeline. Yes, which year? You can see here. And the answer is 1970 to 1993. Let's go for one more question. What is unique about ministerial representation in Belgium central government? Just now we have discussed equal number of Dutch and French speaking ministers. One more question. What special requirement exists for some laws in Belgium? The required support from a majority of members from each linguistic group. Let us just jump back. So now we are just going to learn about Sri Lanka when power refused to share. Just now we have seen equality, we have seen voice listening of other community members, other language people. We are going to learn about Sri Lanka now. Sri Lanka is a beautiful island nation in South Asia, right, children? And after the independence, the hope, that means after 1948, hope was high, dreams were fresh, but power took a different path in Sri Lanka. Let us learn. Please see here, children. The community in Sri Lanka, the community language, Sinhala speaking people are 74% and Tamil speaking people are 18%, other language people are 8%. Okay, here the birth of